No one is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your friends, no one. Most people wake up already behind on their dreams, behind on their discipline, behind on their life. And the worst part, they think someone owes them a shortcut. They scroll for answers, they pray for motivation, but they never act. They wait for the right time, the perfect move, the permission slip that never comes. Epictetus said, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. You don't need more quotes, you need to move. You need to suffer deliberately, to choose pain over comfort, to choose growth over ease. Marcus Aurelius faced plagues, war, betrayal, and yet he wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. We've built a culture of soft excuses where victimhood is currency, where people celebrate mediocrity and call it self-love, where being offended is more important than being accountable. But the Stoics never complained. They adapted. They hardened their spirit. They built lives on discipline, not dopamine. You are not your feelings. You are your actions. You are not your trauma. You are your response. You are not broken. You are undisciplined. And that's fixable. But only if you stop pointing fingers and start pointing at the mirror. Seneca warned, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. The anxiety you feel, it's not real. The fear of starting, also not real. What's real? The reps, the early mornings, the sweat, the rejection, the relentless pursuit of your higher self. Discipline doesn't limit you, it reveals you. Every decision you make is a vote for the person you become. You don't become disciplined, you cast that vote every time you show up. You don't become confident, you earn it through hard-fought wins. Your identity isn't given, it's forged in discomfort, in silence, in repetition. Stop saying I'm trying. Start saying I'm doing. Stop chasing motivation. Start chasing responsibility. You don't need more information. You need execution. You don't need saving. You need strategy. You need to step up, not check out. The world doesn't owe you clarity. It owes you nothing. And that's your greatest power. Because now you don't have to wait. You get to decide. You get to build. You get to choose. And that choice, that's what makes you unstoppable.
Not because life gets easier, but because you stop flinching. You stop negotiating with weakness. You stop making excuses for why you can't and start building reasons why you must. Understand this, you weren't born for comfort. You were born for challenge. You were built to endure. The Stoics didn't sit around waiting for peace. They trained for war within themselves. There's a man named James Stockdale, shot down during the Vietnam War. He spent 7 years in a prison camp, tortured, starved, but he survived because of stoicism. Before capture, he had read Epictetus. He wrote later, I never lost faith in the end of the story. He didn't know how long the suffering would last, but he knew it had meaning. Let that sink in. He was trapped in a cage, but mentally free, because suffering is nothing without perspective. And your pain, your stress, your setbacks, they're training. They're your version of that prison. But unlike him, you're free. You have time, you have movement, you have opportunity. What's your excuse? You don't toughen up by avoiding pain. You toughen up by walking through it, by choosing the hard road, the disciplined diet, the early wake up, the difficult conversation, the financial discipline, the accountability. It's not punishment, it's power. Because with every hard choice, you build the muscle of character. You become the kind of person who doesn't need saving. When life hits, don't ask why me, ask what am I meant to learn? Don't say I wish this wasn't happening, say how can I use this? That's what Marcus Aurelius meant when he wrote, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Obstacles aren't blocks, they're blueprints. Each problem is a teacher if you're brave enough to listen. Most people want change without death, but to become someone new, the old version of you must die. The lazy you, the unaccountable you, the comfort addicted you, they must be buried today. And in that place, you rise. Not as someone perfect, but as someone honest, battle-tested, hardened, disciplined. So how do you start? Simple. Control what you can. Your time, your habits, your attitude, your effort. Journal your thoughts. Get them out of your head. Organize the war. Review your actions daily. Ask that I live by my principles or by impulse. Do one thing every day that sucks. Cold shower, hard workout, honest feedback, anything that makes you sweat mentally or physically. Speak less, execute more. Let your life do the talking. Let your consistency scream. This is how you build the Stoic self. Brick by brick, pain by pain, win by win. Listen, this isn't about becoming some emotionless robot. It's about mastering your emotions, not being mastered by them. It's about becoming the rock in the storm. You want peace? Earn it. You want respect? Build it. You want freedom? Fight for it. You want purpose? Create it. Stop wishing, start doing. No one is coming. And that's okay, because the only person strong enough to save you is you. And you're ready. This is your Stoic reality check. The rest, that's your move. If you felt this, like, comment, "Discipline is my power," and share it with someone who's been waiting for a wake-up call. Subscribe to The Source Within. We don't do fluff, we build warriors.